but we had to go through. So now we've established, apparently they've established, that MJF and the Hurt Syndicate are the only stars in the company. Because they have to, whenever they go out, the segment never ends. The segment never ends, baby. The view never changes. It goes on and on. They keep introducing more and more people into a segment to give them some kind of rub. I don't know what is happening here, but it never ended. And they started with the four-way match for the number 2 spot in the All-In Casino Gauntlet match for a guaranteed shot at the world title. So they could advertise MJF Wrestling this week. MJF versus AR Fox versus Anthony Bowens versus Brody King. Is it just they think you can put anybody in a match and it doesn't matter? Or are these... Is there no one on the roster that people will buy as actually being a threat to the world title? And so they got to put just 3 filler guys in this with MJF, who isn't Merlin the Magician. But they started, when they started the match, MJF went to color and got on the micro or on the headset, and I'm going to let the idiots kill each other. And I'm almost thinking that they were trying to get out of Tony Khan's booking like I would try to fix Russo's, where like if MJF is in this, it's no DQ, it's no count out. Go to the desk and talk. Let them do shit. And they're trying to make the most out of this that they can. But then finally he had to get in and start doing some shit back and forth with these fucking. Did you see AR Fox try to flip over the ropes to land on the other guy, and he got hung up and flipped himself back into the ring accidentally.
Was it accidentally, or is that kind of his thing? He just flips for no reason.
Well, no, he landed on his feet back in the ring, but he intended to, he didn't mean to, though. He was trying to go out of the ring. So once he realized he was flipping back into the ring, he was able to land on his feet. But if he'd had his preference from the start, he would have been out stomping the guy on the apron. But he got hung going over the top and went backwards. So when MJF got off color and started doing spots with the kids, I fast forwarded to the finish. And MJF armbarred AR Fox to win the thing, as obviously, who could have thought he wasn't? But then Mark Briscoe comes out. And I got to admit, at least I want to see Mark Briscoe and MJF in a program with each other, multiple matches, do promos back and forth. It's a lot better than the alternative of the rest of the dreck we're seeing. I wish that they had given Mark better booking behind him for the last 2.5 years or so that this would be a main event pay-per-view match, but I'll take it. But he's cutting a promo about MJF's tiny little kosher pickle, and that they're number 1 and number 2 in the gauntlet. And Mark is good, but he challenged MJF for a talk next week. Leave the Hurt Syndicate out. Just me and you. Let's talk next week. Okay. And he left. Is that the first time you've ever heard of a specific challenge between 2 guys that were already face-to-face talking?
They were already talking, yeah.
To continue to talk next week face-to-face. I've heard the challenge, hey, show up next week. You're not here tonight. Show up next week, and we'll be face-to-face. I've heard that one.
That should have been MJF's reply. We're already talking.
Yeah. But anyway, so next week they're going to talk. And then Briscoe left and music played, and here came Kevin Knight and Hong Kong Phooey. I swear to God. And they're coming down the aisleway all fired up like they want to fight the Hurt Syndicate. And they jump in and they get a little flurry at the start. Spitball shit is so weak. Either the first blows he was trying to strike, it's like a child playing wrestling. And they did a couple of dives, and then the Hurts took over and beat the shit out of them. Just beat and left them laying. And then they start to leave. The Hurts do. And then the same angle as segment 1. The baby faces crawled to their knees and said, no, we haven't had enough. Paige just did this, right?
Couple segments
Hold on,
ago.
let me go back to, hold on, my notes. It says, Paige, yeah, is that the best you got? After getting the shit kicked out of him, they come and kick the shit out of him. So they said, is that the best you got? We're still standing. So MVP sent them back, and they goozled these two idiots and double power bombed them. And they started to leave the ring again, and the fans started lightly chanting one more time. Because why wouldn't you? Because who likes these two jabroni goofs? And then, again, the baby faces stagger up. And so we're still here. And the Hurts come in and just beat the shit out of them. That's a third time, right? Just kicked the bejesus out of them, boom, boom, and stacked them up. And left again, and fucking hell. The faces got the microphone. We're still alive. You're going to have to kill us. And then after that, Kevin Knight called Shelton Benjamin a bitch and challenged him for a one-on-one match for Collision. Yeah, I want to see this. Not only are we going to kick the shit out of the two of you for the 5th time in this match at the pay-per-view, but also I'll kick the shit out of you all by myself, all by yourself on the B show. What the fuck is going on here, Brian?
Oh, I don't know. And it almost seems like they're setting it up for Jet Speed to win the tag titles, but that would be the stupidest thing to do. A makeshift tag team that was put together with a bad name. And again, I know their fans like Speedball. I think Kevin Knight ain't bad, but Speedball,
he's dragging him down.
I enjoy watching Speedball for all the wrong reasons. Like, I don't need to see him in a great match. I enjoy watching him just because it's a clown show. It's a
somebody's claiming those are his real teeth, by the way, instead of a mouth thing.
No way. No, it's a mouth guard. It's absolutely a mouth guard.
Well, somebody said it.
Who is this person?
Somebody on Twitter. So they got to be right. Go ahead.
Do you want to see that tag match?
No.
And how competitive could it be after all these beatings?
Well, that and also that's the thing is the Hurts are over. And they have nobody on the roster that they can book them with that the people would want to see, that they would buy against them, that would be in any kind of way a good match or a money match. And they're sticking them in with these indie fucking darlings. It's a mess. And then after they beat the shit out of them multiple times, you have to kill us. And also, how about me and you on Collision? What the fuck? The Hurts look cool and kick ass and like stars, and the baby faces are goofy nerds the size of children whose work looks like shit and they can't whip anybody.
Yeah.
And therefore nobody gives a shit. I don't have much plainer to say it. Hour and 10 minutes into the show, and this is all we've seen so far. But in an hour and 10 minutes, they could repeat the same angle twice. Is there a producer? Is there any? Well, no, there are producers, but the guys don't listen to the producers from what I'm told. But there is no main show producer. It should be Tony's job if he's the booker or somebody that he hires to make sure they don't do the same angle in 3 different goddamn finishes. But that's the way you determine whether can we do this? Well, hold on. If 3 people want to do the same thing, one's main event, one mid-card, one fucking preliminary, guess which one wins?